I'm going to be giving away a bunch of Hogyoku fragments, true Hogyoku fragments, and skill boxes in my Discord. So if you want to enter any of those giveaways, join the link in the description. Alright, since the game is currently not playable right now for a emergency update, I don't even know what it's for, to be honest, but whatever. Anyways, I'm going to be talking about how to actually improve with PvP, and this is going to be a very difficult video to make, and I'm not going to tell you like the basic ass, use this build and you'll get insanely strong videos like these where they say you just got to play the game more and you'll eventually learn. But honestly, I think, in my opinion, even if you play the game a lot, you can still be ass. So though memorization of the moves does help, it's not the only thing you need to know, because if you know every move and you don't, like, maybe you know how to counter them, sure, right, you know how to counter the moves, you know how to use your moves in a combo, which is very important. Like, I'll just gonna break this into sections, okay? So I guess the first thing I want to talk about is your playstyle, right? In my opinion, the most important thing in this game is your playstyle, because if you're on a build that doesn't fit how you would naturally play, say if you're like a person that really likes, you know, range spamming, and you also like cock, maybe you want to go keto, okay? Maybe you should just go keto. If you like doing combos in the air, like it's Dragon Ball, or if you like fighting games, stuff like that, really close up, stuff like that, go Hakata. If you like playing the game like normally, deep woken type parry combat, souls like shit, then go speed or kendo, like, you understand? And also, of course, if you have no skill in the game, then go healing. It's not only builds, because sure, you can make your build perfect and perfect all day, but if you don't know how to use those moves in the right setting, it's not just knowing how to use those moves, it's knowing to use them in the right setting, which that is the part where it's important to play the game to actually understand the moves, which you're not going to get that instantly, obviously. I do recommend, if you don't know, then start learning the moves, okay? This is very important. Okay, next thing that is important is, I'm not going to lie, you really need to be aware of every cooldown, every positioning of every person. So say if you're in a gank, I would really want to focus on like one person. Try and make everything a 1v1. That really helps. But if you can't, and you're getting like 2v1 or something like that, again, still try and make it a 1v1, but your goal is to really get the other people that are trying to attack you to hit that person, which, I'm not gonna lie, if you're fighting more than 2 people, it's very difficult and you're usually not gonna win. So if it's just very difficult, like getting 2v1, you're most likely gonna lose. This is just to help you a little bit, which is why I say positioning in fights is very important, because if you're in a bad spot, or if you're like spamming your flash step and you have no flash step left, I would honestly wait, and if you're getting 2v1, play passive, try and play behind people. And even in a one-on-one, you want to be very mindful of your position, and you want to be careful of their range, right? Know your range, know their range. If they have like a speed build and you've got a Hakata build, or if they've got a keto build and they're running away from you and you can't catch up because you don't have speed or something, usually you're kind of cooked, because if they run away and you can't do anything about it, then maybe start running back. Either that, or I'd say really time your flash steps, because flash steps do give you iframes, so you can dodge their attacks. If you can, it's kind of like a parry. Like, to be honest, it's kind of like a parry. If you can dodge their attacks and move in closer at the same time, you will start gaining distance, which is very important, especially when you're fighting somebody that's running away, and that can also help you win fights against those people easier. Even if you are the one running away and keto spamming, you can also still use this positioning tip, because if they are doing what I just mentioned, then you can probably counter it by timing your moves differently, or moving in closer and surprising them. Either one. So after positioning, another very important thing to do while you're learning to play, because it's not going to be instant. These tips will help you, but it's not going to be instant. You have to practice them as you're playing and as you're learning the game and the moves and stuff and your combos. I really recommend analyzing yourself. Like, either make clips, like get clips of your best clips or whatever when you kill somebody. Say like you have a really good moment, just clip that shit on metal, bro. Easy. I want you to watch that clip back and see what you could have done better, because analyzing yourself really helps a lot. When you analyze your fights, you can also see how they play as well as how you play and what you could see differently. Like, for me, I was playing like way too ranged for my build, especially for my like personal playstyle, once I started playing closer to people and like sticking on top of their face. Okay, wait, chill, pause. As soon as I started like playing really close to them instead of backing up and then going in for a move and then backing up, it's just really easier for me to land all my moves and hit my combos, because once I back up, or I mean honestly, once anybody backs up, if you're like a speed or a kendo, you give them a reset, so they get like time to predict your next move, parry it, counter it, or do whatever. It's also very important to learn parry timings. I just want to throw that in there. I mean, you're probably going to learn it as you play the game, like I said before, but genuinely, you do need to practice parry timing. Like, get your friend and just start parrying random ass moves, because it does really help, especially if you parry moves that are hard to parry, like Strata Strike. If you learn the timing on Strata Strike, or learn the timing on Gran Rey Cero, you're never going to get hit by it. Now, next thing I want to talk about is a little bit more about your build. You can really genuinely use anything in the game, and it will most likely be good, but there are always going to be things that pair better together overall. But again, it just really depends on your playstyle. Like Ice, for me, I really didn't like Ice Shikai, so I rolled it off. But I do think Ice Shikai is just really, really good, especially the Bankai, but we're just talking about one-on-ones here. Usually, I would play the best thing, and if you don't get the best thing, then play something you just really enjoy or you're really good at playing with. For example, if you're really good at using Shock, or I mean Storm or Bone on like a Ronkar, those are both really good reses. Like, they're really good. Better than a lot of the rares. So if you really like that playstyle, I've seen some crazy people with Storm, bro. Like, they demolished me. But it wasn't only their knowledge of the game, it was also the combos that they pulled off on me. It was their range, just, you know, playing around me, parrying my moves, very important. Which leads me into my next topic that I want to talk about. Please do not spam your moves. If you know something isn't going to hit, don't use it, because you're going to run out of Ryatsu within 5 seconds of the fight starting. They nerfed the Ryatsu region in this game so hard, unless you have a visored Ryatsu region variant on at the time, you are going to be at constant 0 waiting for your Ryatsu. Not even your cooldowns, waiting for your Ryatsu, bro. So unless you are like at least 70% sure that a move is going to hit, I recommend to not use it and just try and combo, or at least learn your combos first, please, because if you're move spamming and just throwing out a random ass Sonata flow, you're never going to hit it, because I guarantee you they will flash step out of that so fast. A random Sonata flow will hit 30% of the time, and that is it. But again, to help with the Ryatsu region, good items are very necessary, even though with the best items in the game, you're still probably going to be on pretty low Ryatsu, unless you're not spamming. But yeah, I think that is about all I wanted to talk about. It was a very convoluted video, sorry for that, but there's just a lot to talk about when it comes to improving at PvP. But you can kind of use these tips on basically any game, no matter what it is. Well, most of these tips at least, just because a lot of fighting games are very similar. But yeah, hope this video helped you guys. That's all for me for today. Actually, no, I'll probably drop the video later today, but yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.